Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, the best source of Second Amendment news on YouTube, bar none, just in my opinion. Let me know what you think down below. Before we get into this news that I think is extremely important for the future of this republic, I want to thank the sponsor of today's news, and that is Gun Zone Deals / Gun Pro Deals. That is where you can get this bad boy. This is the XM42 Light Flamethrower, legal in 48 states. Shockingly, including in Massachusetts. There is a review happening on this bad boy. Stay tuned for that. But they have them on their website. Thank you to Gun Pro Deals / Gun Zone Deals for supporting the channel. So check them out. All right, so let's get into something that I was able to learn the last couple days, and I've been kind of trying to work out the strategy that they're going to take. And it's Michael Bloomberg, Deep Pockets Lil Mike. He has announced another target for this year's election, 2020. We know already that he has said he is putting $60 million into this year's election to try to get Democrats to take over the House, the Senate, the presidency, numerous gubernatorial races, and local elections as well. Which brings us to Minnesota. Yes. Minnesota, which is having its own share of problems right now. Bloomberg and his cronies at Everytown for Gun Safety and Moms Demand Action have slid in there and are already working to flip that state. He has said, he being Mike through Everytown, they've said they're going to put at least $1 million into the elections in Minnesota. Now, a lot of people right away are going to say, that's not a lot of money. Well, A, it's a ton of money. But in the big scheme of things, they only need to net gain 2 seats in the Minnesota Senate. Say that 5 times fast. He needs 2 seats to gain in order to flip that state. So that $1 million is going to go a very long way. In fact, they just released their first ad, and their ad is targeting the Republicans that are currently in office in Minnesota because they blocked the Universal Background Check bill and Bloomberg's own red flag bill. That's the Extreme Risk Protection Order, or Extreme Risk Prevention Order, or Gun Violence Prevention Order, or whatever else a state decides to call it to make it sound more acceptable. It's Bloomberg's bill, he's financed it, and they blocked it. Keep in mind, you have Minnesota, places such as Minneapolis, that are already defunding and dismantling. They voted to dismantle the police department. So if you live in that state, you need to understand that your safety is paramount. And with everything going around, not just your state, but this country right now, you need to be serious about your safety. And your Second Amendment is your safety net. Now, what does Bloomberg look to do? Well, he has 200,000 Moms Demand Action supporters that are already in Minnesota. And they have already started their groundswell of grassroots support against some Republicans and for some Democrats. Now, they're targeting most of their attention into 2 main areas, and that is in Rochester and St. Cloud. Those are just outside of the Twin Cities, and most of the districts they're focusing on are ones that the current governor, who's a Democrat, Tim Walz, he won those very recently. And they're going after that, thinking they can say, look what happened, look at the police and how bad they were, and everybody should have a background check, even though we already have them, and everybody should be able to just violate people's rights because they have guns with this red flag thing. Don't you think that you should save one life? That's kind of the stuff they say. They're also going to be focusing on 5 House districts in Minnesota as well, while trying to defend 12 of their current supporters on the Democrat side. And some of those votes were that much in the district. So this needs to be like in your frontal lobe if you're a voter in Minnesota. This is serious stuff, guys. Michael Bloomberg somehow is allowed to put his own money into areas to influence elections, and nobody in Congress, nobody at the FBI, at the federal law enforcement level, have been able to put anything together to charge this guy. It has to be considered the most illegal thing to do, right? If I take my money and I go and say, you're going to vote this way and I'll finance your campaign, that's bribery. That is illegal. But this guy gets to do it. Probably because he's just doing one or two things correctly, which it's beyond me. So just an update for you all who live in Minnesota. They have 200,000 people already working the streets, working the districts to flip votes. At a time when most people are like, what is going on in this country? They're going to try to flip people to their side, and they want to make sure their candidates will push the universal background check and red flag in Minnesota. If you do not want that to happen, you have to vote against their candidates. Get out and vote. This year, the election of 2020, I believe that the future of the Republic is at stake like no other time before. Get out and vote. Start educating your friends and your family and your neighbors now, because if you wait until November, it's much too late. They're starting their program now with 200,000 people. How many people that are pro-gun are working right now to save the second? That's how Michael Bloomberg wins. So start spreading the word. Please like this video so more people can see it. Please share it with everybody you know, especially if you know any Facebook groups or Reddit groups or whatever, where somebody in Minnesota could see this, because it is imperative. And I'll also tell you that I am working on another state right now that Bloomberg's also getting involved in, and I'll probably have that information up for tomorrow. This dude, this cat, $60 million is putting into the elections. Don't forget, he already said he's going to put at least $5 million to flip Arizona, and at least $8 million. Why am I doing this? At least $8 million to flip Texas. This is some serious stuff. I will have all the information right here on Guns and Gadgets. Please subscribe if you care about what's going on against the Second Amendment, and please get more people aware. You can do that by sharing this. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, please subscribe, and carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.